AIT does. We've got to make sure, and Tim has said this more eloquently, whether it is the folks who've been furloughed or the people who are taking potentially Trump's illegal buyout, because there is no funding for it all to think twice. We've got to make sure we get the AIT workers back, get AIT reopened, because as Chris said, where this is being celebrated right now is Beijing. It's Beijing. Until we can end up not letting China into this spot, we're making America less strong. And look at who we are voting against and standing up against. Tim, take it.
Okay, do you guys want to hear what we're doing to stop this? Right? There's a litigation strategy, a state court strategy, a legislative strategy. So let us start with the task. Let us start with litigation. You've seen us succeed in numerous court cases in the last few days, and we're going to win a whole lot more court cases. There is a coordinated effort that we are all involved with, 5 different kinds of lawsuits against this administration that we're very engaged in, and here are the 5. Suits to protect federal employees, including USAID employees. Suits to protect fundamental constitutional rights like birthright citizenship. Suits to protect the power of the purse. Monies allocated by Congress cannot be stolen by a president. They have to be used in the way they were allocated. Suits to stop private parties from rampaging through federal agencies, private parties like Elon Musk, I thought Elon Trump, I'm sorry, Freudian slip. Finally, suits to stop mass deportation and unfair treatment of people based on where they're from. These are going on right now because of these members of Congress and organizations around this country, and Donald Trump is going to get tired of us winning so many of these elections. That's number 1. Number 2, in states with Democratic governors, you see Democratic legislatures and governors standing up against these unlawful actions. In Virginia, we have a Republican governor who won't stand up. And guess what? We've got 2 Democratic houses in Virginia, and those houses are standing up. So reach out to your state legislatures and tell them they can help us too, and they are. Third is in Congress. We've got both legislative opportunities, nominations, but in the next 6 weeks, there is a budget battle in Congress, and Democrats will use our tools in that budget battle to stand up and make sure we get this stuff stopped as part of getting a budget done between now and the 14th of March. Finally, the Republicans are going to put a bill on the table to give tax breaks to the wealthiest. Why are they wanting to shut down USAID? It's not that they really oppose the mission. They're grabbing money. They want to grab money from forcing federal employees to retire and shrinking the federal workforce. They want to grab money by not giving grants to organizations like the Child Fund, headquartered in Richmond, that's been doing international aid work for more than a century. Why do they want to grab the money? They want to put tariffs on products from other countries, which are taxes on everyday Americans for the goods that they buy. They're grabbing the money so they're going to put a tax bill on the table in the next 6 weeks. They can give it all away to Donald Trump, Elon Musk, and other rich folks, and we will not let them do that. These are battles that are happening right now. We have a coordinated strategy, but I've left out the last piece, the political. We are where we are because we lost the presidential election and we lost the houses in November. We have a lot more tools in majority than we do in minority. I'm very happy in Virginia because the first big race that's going to show America what it thinks about a new Trump term is the governor's race in Virginia in November. If you are here and you're a Virginian, in that opening round, let's show the American public a right direction instead of the wrong direction. So for those of you who say you want something done, I'll go back to it. States, courts, Congress, politics, we need it all. Thanks.
You're going to see us do our job. show up here. They're not cheap on the community health centers today in Virginia. They're getting shut down in red parts of the state and blue parts of the state. If you don't show up at your local elected officials, at your state legislators, we're only going to break this when we have Republicans willing to stand up as well. Put the pressure not just on us, but on everyone, every elected official level. That's the only way we're going to hold this. Thank you.
I'm Congressman John Garamendi. 60 years ago in Ethiopia, my wife and I were involved in putting an end to smallpox all across the nation. All these years, all these decades, USAID, the American government, working for USAID, has been out there. And who the hell does Musk think he is? He has absolutely no right in shutting down USAID. We cannot allow that. We've got to take to the streets, we've got to take to the rallies, we've got to fight back, and we must resist every motion, every action by Musk and Trump to shut down this government. You have to do that. You're here today, you've got to be on the streets tomorrow. Know this, that in the Congress, we must equally resist what is happening. We cannot let it go on. We must resist. We must be in the streets. We must take every possible action to stop what is happening. Musk has no right, cannot have the information from the Treasury, cannot have it. The Department of Education is next, the Department of Labor. Resistance all across this nation. We must not let it happen. Right now, we know that across the world, USAID employees are brought back. We know that the programs are being shut down. Don't let it happen. Resist at every motion. For those of us in Congress, it is no and hell no. If you expect our help, then this has to stop. Let me introduce my colleagues in Congress.
Bill Keating from Massachusetts. I want to tell you this. For those of you that are here, that are workers, that have worked for the State Department, that have worked for USAID, I want to thank you for your work. You're making our country strong, and I want to tell you, do your job! 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 Trump is breaking the statutes, breaking the Constitution, and we're not going to let him do it. You're not going to do it.
And that we care. They are the individuals who fight to make sure that when we working collective together, that we will get rid of HIV and AIDS with cancer. They are the individuals to make sure that polio does not last and continue to go around the world. They are the ones that are fighting to make sure that Ebola is not in Africa, is not in the United States, or no place around the world. They are the ones that are making sure that people eat and know how to grow farms and agriculture for families so that they can live and have a better resources. They are the ones that should be awarded and taken care of and thought of and not closing down 93 missions around the world. Because when we do that, who benefits? I'll tell you who benefits. When we close down those 93 missions around the world, I'll tell you who benefits. China benefits. Russia benefits. Those that don't mean us well benefits. Our national security is hurt. This is a national security interest to keep us safe at home as well as we do to take care and defend democracy around the world. Implementing partners who carry out these critical programs. You deserve better. You are the backbone of American soft power abroad. You deserve something more than illegal shock and wave tactics to close the agency that malign your good work. Indeed, America now is less safe than it was a week ago. And without soft power, there is only hard power. And we know that only brings war and more suffering. We know that instability around the world will only deepen if we're not more
disagree with me is on life support. In fact, it is in hospice. I want us to be clear that as Democrats who are coming here and standing in front of you, it is our duty to hold the line. It is our duty to act and not just talk. It is our duty to hold our votes. It is our duty to ensure that this administration doesn't take us back to an America in 1952, an apartheid America. It is important that we hold the line to accuse these folks of the law that they are breaking. We are not colonizers. We are supposed to be a democracy that loves our neighbors. We are supposed to be a democracy that works to heal instead of kill. I gotta tell you one last thing. The Republican Party claims to love a Jesus that loves its neighbor. Claims to love a God that blesses its people, to heal the sick, and to take care of the widow, to take care of the child with no mother, no father. We honestly must ask this party to reevaluate its own relationship with God. We will move forward.
I'm Congressman Jason Crow from Colorado, and I am here to stand with my USAID friends, those who spread out around the world to prevent starvation and famine and to spread democracy. You are seen, and we are here to fight with you and for you. Listen, this issue is extremely personal to me, like it is to many of you. I spent much of my 20s being sent to war under false pretenses. I was a paratrooper and an Army Ranger. I fought in Iraq and Afghanistan. And I was sent to war with my friends, with my fellow Americans, young men and women, many of whom I saw shed blood and die for this country. They were sent there by billionaires and energy executives and others who sacrificed nothing, who made profit off of those wars. And that's why I'm actually standing here today. I ran for Congress to prevent that from happening again. And that's why many of you are here today. Because we owe it to our young men and women, we owe it to our fellow Americans not to do that again. We know that the investment we make in foreign aid is not charity. And we know that extremism and danger breeds off of starvation and hopelessness and fear. And that the investments that we make and the work that you all put in, putting your lives on the line, your families on the line, dedicating your lives to this work, prevent conflict, spread democracy, and prevent our young men and women from having to go and fight more needless wars. So yes, the assault of Elon Musk and Donald Trump and his billionaires and the energy executives is not an accident. They want to gut these efforts to make money, to make profit, to spread instability around the world. We will not let it happen. You have some fighters here behind me. We are here because we are prepared to fight. We will litigate, we will organize, we will communicate, we will use all the leverages available to us during the appropriations and budgeting process. We will fight hard with you and for you. Thank you. Let's get it done.
Thank you, Jason. I'm Dina Titus. I represent Southern Nevada. Let me thank all of you for being here today to speak out in favor of this wonderful agency that does such terrific work all around the world, from east to north to Finland. You are on the front lines and all the countries in between. And the people you serve, thank you too. They may not know you by name, they may not know you here, but latest memos calling people home, closing down offices? And what about the appointment of a person who stormed the Capitol, now saying he will send the Marines if you don't come home? Who is right? We just have to ask, have they gone mad? Have they gone mad? They seem to have forgotten that every dollar we spend on diplomacy keeps us from sending another soldier into harm's way. Keeps us from having to fight and finance another hot war. Keeps us at home where we are safe. Have they just forgotten that? Are they just going to abandon the Uyghurs and the women in Afghanistan? They don't seem to care. Are they not going to pay the people who are guarding the terrorists in the Syrian prisons or keeping law and order in Haiti? They just don't seem to care. Do they not value the expertise and knowledge that you bring to the programs where you serve around the world, and what a difference that makes? They just don't care. So the answer to the question is yes, they have gone mad. And that's why we have to be mad ourselves to stand up to them. You know, some of the pundits say, oh, don't make a stake on foreign aid. That's not the way for Democrats to come back. Foreign aid isn't popular with the public. They don't know how much we spend on it. Well, I say to that, bullshit. That is where we have to make a stand. Because without that, we have no country. We are not secure. We cannot protect democracy. And we've got to let the public know if they can do it in Mongolia, they can do it in Virginia. If they can close down USAID, they can close down Social Security. And if they can let some billionaire who's not elected have access to your information, they can cut your checks off. So if you think this isn't important, you are very misled. And that's why we have to stand up to them. We'll always stand with you. Let's get it done. Thank you so much.
Well, hi, everybody. I'm Congresswoman Sarah Jacobs. I represent San Diego. And I'm also proud to serve as the ranking member on the Subcommittee of Africa and Global Development. But most importantly, before I was in Congress, I worked on international conflict resolution with many of you. And it's clear to me that my colleagues on the other side of the aisle have no idea how foreign aid works. And you know how I know this? Because I literally had to do a video teaching Nancy Mace why what USAID does prevents terrorism. Let's be clear. This is bad for people. This is going to hurt people all over the world. This is going to hurt our national security. But probably most importantly, this is illegal. What Elon Musk is doing is illegal. Only an act of Congress can eliminate USAID because Congress is who created USAID. And that's why this week I'll be introducing legislation to push back on Elon Musk's illegal takeover of USAID. And when I do, I need every single one of you on the phone to all of these Republicans who for years have said they care about this and put them on the record. But let's be clear, this is illegal and it is a coup. It is a power grab meant to silence critics, and let's be clear, while USAID might be first, it is not going to be the last. But joke's on them. Because who knows better how to work in an authoritarian country than all of you? So we are not going to sit back and take this, are we? We're not going to allow Elon to sentence millions of kids to poverty or death, are we? And we are not going to let an unelected billionaire take over and destroy our country, are we? Thank you all so much for everything you do. We're going to keep fighting. We're going to win this. Thank you again.
I'm jumping 5 minutes past the picture.
da giornali documentari in svedese e viene stato rifiutato di fare il servizio militare all'interno della terminare le elementari. E noi abbiamo l'ultima licenza per 4 fucili che utilizzato uccidendo 10 persone. L'avevano frequentato una scuola per tutti, per adulti che non avevano terminato una scuola primaria e secondaria, facevano corsi di svedese per i immigrati, ma lamentablemente non era riuscito a superare il corso di matematica ed è successo poi quello che abbiamo proprio visto in questi video tremendi.